let's talk to her again. This time Jody goes, okay, you got me. It wasn't two masked intruders. It was me, but it was an accident. There I was holding a loaded gun like you do.
It was an accident. I accidentally shot him in the head and I stabbed him 27 times in his throat. It was an accident. Oopsie whoopsie. Hi YouTube. Welcome back in hell. My name is Cypress, and if you didn't know yet, I stream live on Twitch. So if you'd like to see me play games or hang out with me and my community, please go to twitch.tv/vtuber Today we'll be watching another video by Thedadvocate. This is we need to talk about the everything is men's fault problem. Don't forget that if you like what we are watching, to go to Thedadvocate and subscribe.
I am so done with this motherfucker, y'all.
She broke my PlayStation 5.
I'm so done with this motherfucker. Look at this.
What the fuck? That is crazy. She dumped it in the washing machine? Like, this guy better has done like something really bad. But like, otherwise, I cannot find any justification to react like this at all.
My damn game! Up in a damn...
Like, even if he cheated this, to be honest, in my opinion, like, not a very classy thing to do, you know?
What?
That's crazy.
What? What my PS5 gotta do with us?
Comments read, oh, you been cheating. Now tell the people what you did.
I feel like that's probably not what he did.
She was just washing it for you.
Oh gosh.
Slapping my BF for no reason.
Wait, why is that funny? He doesn't like it. And she does it again! She did it again! Holy shit! After seeing his reaction, she did it
Her
again!
slap made him waked up.
Waked up.
Well, it's okay. I did the same thing.
Girl, you're not him. How can you say that's okay?
Why do guys do that dramatic thing with their eyes? My boyfriend be doing that. For real. Yes, he was being so dramatic responding to you slapping him upside the head multiple times for no reason. So dramatic. This says, I don't get jealous, I get insane.
What? They're writing it as if that's something cute. I get insane. XXX. £10 and I'll do your exes as well? Girl, you're about to get sued!
She reads £10 and
Like, you also filmed it, so now there is proof? You
I'll
dumb!
do your exes as well.
Holy shit.
We don't react this way for nothing. We accept.
No! I cannot fathom how in their head this is a proper way to react if they've been done wrong. I don't understand it. Like, even if he did something really bad, right? Why are you lowering yourself to this?
So I'll give you £50.
Like, now you're just as bad.
Girl, I see no problem here. This used to be me. I miss those days.
Girls are crazy. I mean, these girls.
Love this. Go girl. Finally, my people. This isn't insane, by the way.
I do notice, though, these seems like accounts of, like, spicy content creators. Like, look at those profile pictures.
Do you do weddings? When's your next available?
Okay, not all of them, though, but a few of them were.
Hi guys, I'm so excited because I'm gonna go key my ex's car in like an hour. If all of you want to see me key his car, it's actually his truck, but I just woke up and I decided I wanted to key it. I'm wearing this
How do you wake up like that? Jesus.
pajama set that I just got from TJ Maxx because it's so cute and girly, and like if he sees me, I
but make
want to
it
look hot, so
I don't know, man. Like, by doing this, you make yourself look even worse than whatever he did. I don't know why so many think that this is a good idea to act insane.
I'm keeping my makeup on. My hair is a little wavy because, yeah, if he sees me, I just need to look good.
Oh yeah, because you think he's gonna regret that you're now his ex? Because yeah, girl, I really think that if you look good while you're keying his car, that he would want you back. Definitely, 100%.
It's 8 o'clock right now, and I'm
Like, who doesn't want a girl like that? What?
probably gonna go at like 8:45 whenever it's darker, so that I don't get caught on the Ring doorbell. because then there's no proof that I did it.
Oh, you're worried about
I don't have like a ski
No
mask
proof that you did it, but you posted this on TikTok. Yeah.
or anything. Also, like I said,
This is
I wanna look
probably
good,
not
so
a
I'm
good
not gonna wear a
idea.
ski mask.
you're worried
So
about
yeah,
getting
follow if you want to
caught.
see me in Kia's car. The video should be up.
I hope for humanity that these videos are all just scripted and they're just pretending for views.
In like an hour and 20 minutes.
Like your full name
I'm
is
gonna
your
take my
username.
water bottle.
Oh, it is Brooklyn. Oh shit.
And I think I look, this is a cute king car.
Oh, yeah,
outfit.
very
it's
cute.
Not a car, it's a truck. I don't know why I keep saying car.
LMAO, I like you, you're funny.
Oh my God,
My first
Kendall.
impression, and I look up to you. There is a unique phenomenon where whenever something bad happens to a man, society's knee-jerk reaction seems to be, well, what did he do to deserve it? There is this automatic
Yeah, that's true.
presumption that no matter what happened to him, no matter how horrible, he must have done something to bring it on himself, especially if a woman is involved. After all, women can't possibly cause harm in relationships.
The fact that they're reacting like this makes me think that they're the reason why there was a problem in the first place. Like, what?
No, the man must have done something to make her act that way. And it's not just in relationships. If a man gets laid off or loses his job, well, he must have effed up somehow. But especially with relationships. If there's a divorce, he must have been a dog shit husband. And don't
That
even
is
get me
so
started on
stupid.
false allegations. Even when an allegation is proven to be demonstrably false, very rarely will that man ever see justice or even recover from the damage of those allegations. People tend to just shrug their shoulders and say, oopsie, and move on and leave him to just pick up the pieces by himself. And so today I'm finally going to talk about it and address it. What is going on with this social reflex that kicks in whenever a man is hurt? Why is it that instead of empathy, he just immediately gets interrogation? Why is it that
I don't get
instead
it
of
either.
support, all he gets is suspicion? Why is it that no matter what, men are not receiving help? They're receiving moral audits. Because that's exactly what happened in a very specific incident that I want to talk about today that inspired this video topic. I knew I had to cover this when the other day I was just scrolling through threads and I came across a horrific image of a man with a massive black eye. And the caption read, "Goal for 2026, find a chick that can control her emotions."
no.
The
Don't tell me there were like a bunch of girls under it commenting that it probably is his fault.
implication being that this man suffered intense and aggressive intimate partner
Holy
violence at the hands of a woman. And what happened next made me just wanna introduce our video sponsor before we get into the story time. What did you think
It
I was
made you want to introduce the sponsor.
implying? My most unhinged segue yet. I am once again so grateful to have Anson Belt and Buckle sponsoring today's video. Anson Belt and Buckle is a family-run brand that has completely reinvented the belt game. I actually got so annoyed with belt holes not lining up right or getting so stretched out that I actually just quit wearing belts, but Anson brought me back with their micro-adjustable track system, so it actually fits
Oh!
perfect every time.
That's
When you
actually
just
so
slide it and
nice.
hear that click, it's so satisfying. They have a wide variety of styles, and it is so incredibly simple to just switch them out and swap with each other. What you want? You need work, professional, date night, casual. It's all here, baby. And because Anson Belt and Buckle is sponsoring this here video, when you click the link in my description box down below or the QR code right here on screen and build your own box set, you're going to get 2 additional bonus pieces, 1 belt and 1 buckle. That means you're going to get 3 belts, 3 buckles. That's 9 unique combos all in one box. It's an exclusive deal you're not going to find anywhere else. So hit the link, build your box set, and upgrade that belt game today. So like I said, I knew I had to make a video on this topic when I was scrolling through threads, saw these photos of this man with a horrible black eye, and then I saw the comments. Now, I spoke
I'm
to this
scared.
individual and he quickly removed this post, so he's asked that I do not show the photos or his username.
Makes
and
sense,
out of
yes.
respect for him, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to show the discourse that followed. If you're wondering why he doesn't want his information out there,
I mean, like, the reason isn't even important, to be honest, why he doesn't want it.
or the photos shown, abuse often escalates when a victim finally leaves,
Yep.
and it can get especially worse when that person seeks out help or support. So I'm not going to victim blame him for trying to protect himself, because as you're going to quickly find out, The man has received enough blame already. Let's get right into this comment from Moonweaver's Garden. She says, "You sure about that, bud? Seems like you've got plenty of issues of your own to work out. You should look into reactive abuse."
What?
It may be very enlightening about your situation. There's more to her comment, but I'm going to pause here in case some of you have never heard of reactive abuse.
I'm assuming it means that when you abuse someone, that someone reacts back with abusing you, something like that.
Reactive abuse happens when a person is just pushed, manipulated, gaslit, provoked so far that they react in a way that appears abusive, lashing out, screaming, maybe even throwing things. But the difference here is that this is so completely outside of their typical character, and they never would have done this without being pushed so far. And a lot of abusers thrive on pushing their victims to the point of reactive abuse, because it gives them an excuse to point and say, see, I told you they were crazy. Now, reactive abuse is real, and punching someone
for sure
in the face may be a reactionary response, but punching someone in the face is still assault. It is still illegal outside of self-defense, even if you felt provoked. With that said, let's read the rest of Moonweaver's little thesis to see why she thinks that blatant violent assault was justified through the reactive abuse framework. She continues on, "The abuse doesn't start when hands are put on each other. It starts with that emotional unpredictability and dishonesty. I'm sure substance abuse and hunting for bitches while in and freshly out of a relationship don't help either.
What?
Men definitely deserve to be lonely."
What? I'm sure substance abuse and hunting for bitches while in a... Okay, so she's implying that he used stuff and that he's a cheater. Okay, those are bad things, but that still doesn't justify this. What? What?
So here, I guess, to help with her little evidentiary hearing, she posts pieces of his Threads post history, specifically outlining 2 posts. The first one she highlights says, "Day 2 of not drowning my sorrows in vodka." So this must be the post in which she gathers enough evidence to accuse this man of having a substance abuse issue.
But
crazy
he
though,
said
because
that
this context actually implies the opposite.
Yeah, exactly is what I was saying. Like he said, of not drowning himself in vodka, so he's actively trying to be better.
Implies that he is interested in achieving sobriety. Whether you're on day 1 or day 100, intentional sobriety deserves to be celebrated, first of all.
Yes.
But second of all, that post alone does not indicate or prove a long-term issue with substance abuse. Also, I'm sorry I have to keep censoring the word abuse. YouTube is just very, very strict about that kind of thing. It's not me. I would love to say words. Based on all of the other posts that she's cited, it's pretty clear that this man is just going through a depressive...
Okay, wait, let me see this. I hate this. Everyone gets so mad that I sleep so much but never cares. Bro, it's so obvious that he's depressed. It honestly amazes me how well I things up. I promised myself I'd never feel this fucking way again. Day 2 of not drowning in my sorrows. I knew this shit would happen. Nobody wants you. That's crazy. It amazes me how some women react to guys that are clearly showing signs of depression. How do you say it? Unsympathetic. But then at the same time, when they are the ones that feel that way, they want everyone to care about it.
Episode, likely because of his toxic relationship. Extensive research and empirical data continuously tells us that people who are experiencing intimate partner violence or domestic violence have a tendency to self-medicate.
Indeed. It's not an excuse, but you're just trying to survive.
Use or justification, but it's important to understand why this happens. Many survivors of trauma develop chronic stress reactions, and one widely recognized model, the self-medication hypothesis, suggests that these survivors are a lot more likely to use alcohol and drugs to try to dampen or numb these triggers, such as flashbacks, anxiety, and PTSD. Personally, I'm proud of this man for recognizing that he was developing bad habits, naming them, and then holding himself accountable publicly.
By posting it so everyone knows it, and people will ask him hey, how's it going now? Are you still holding up? Blah, 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 blah.
Way that was basically asking for help.
Yeah.
Not a lot of men have the bravery to do that. In fact, most men choose the route of just suffering in silence, which becomes becomes more understandable when you see how many of them are just...
If any time you would post that you're trying, and then you get someone like that woman commenting every time that you try, like, yeah, I wouldn't post about it either anymore or talk about it. Like, what the
blamed and shamed the moment they choose honesty and vulnerability, as we're seeing here. And the next post here that Moonweaver has circled to imaginably imply that this man kind of had it coming was this one that says, hunting for bitches at the club.
Wait, what is this? Hunting what? Hunting for bitches at this show.
Now listen, I'm not going to do a lot of heavy lifting to defend the legitimacy of such a post. I certainly would not recommend any of you guys to post such a thing. It's pretty crass and ugly at best and dehumanizing and misogynistic at worst. I'd even venture to guess that he may have posted it to incite some kind of reaction. But to imply that it's offensive enough to warrant a black
nothing justifies you laying a hand on someone else like that.
Eye? If we punched each other over every offensive post we saw online, we'd just all be dead. Yep. I mean, you really think that posting hunting for bitches at the club on Threads is enough to warrant getting punched directly in the eye, potentially causing lifelong orbital damage and blindness? Are you fucked? Are you fucked in the head?
I mean, yes, because they actually think that that's justified.
Like I said, it's an ugly thing to post, but
yes,
let's
it is,
dive even deeper into it. Because based on his other posts, I was assuming that they were either already broken up by that time, in the middle of their breakup, or had already been in some kind of completely unestablished situationship type thing. But let's go ahead and try to give as much possible charity to her claims that we can. And let's assume that they were in a completely monogamous relationship and he still chose to post that. Let's say he did full on cheat on her. And those of you who know me,
I still don't think, like, even if he full on cheat on her, like, that still doesn't give you the justification to punch the guy. Honestly, anyone have self-respect. Don't lower yourself to that level. Just back up your things. Leave. Back up his things or something. I don't know, depending on whose house it is. Like, don't lower yourself like this. Like, if anything, this just makes you just as bad as the guy, or if not even worse than the guy. Like, and everyone that just justifies it, I just find it disgusting. Like, it doesn't matter if you're a guy or a girl. I don't think anyone should be doing this, regardless of your gender.
You know that I hate cheating, and yet you are still not selling me on the he deserved to get punched in the face argument.
Exactly.
Listen, I don't know if you knew this, but you're allowed to just simply break up with people when they post things you don't like.
Yes.
You're legally allowed to leave people who cheat on you.
Why do people even do it? Is it because they think like, oh yeah, if I hurt you, then you know how much you hurt me or something? But I feel like, isn't it a better thing to just break up with the guy and aim to be the best you that you can possibly be, so that one day when he does see you or hears from his friends about you, that he's like, shit, I really fucked up back then. Isn't that better than this? I honestly think, won't people, like, if you punch him in the face, right? Won't he think like, well, thank God I cheated on you? Like, I'm not saying that that's a good thing. I don't think that at all. But I feel like whatever your intention was, it's not gonna happen. I guess is what I'm trying to say.
What you are not legally allowed to do is beat the brakes off of them. Because do you know how many women cheat on men every single day? And I highly doubt you would be justifying any violence that occurred to them. As I would hope you wouldn't.
Yes.
But what she is implying from just two simple online Threads posts is that he must be a chronic alcoholic and a chronic in-person rage baiter, and so she just couldn't help.
I hate how these random people on the internet always act as if they know your whole life, your whole story and everything, and judge you for it.
And to that I say, I just do not have enough evidence to make that same bad faith assumption.
Like, to be honest, like, that post, right, about the hunting bitches, yes, it sounds bad, but at the same time, maybe he just posted it and it's not even true. Like, you don't know. People be lying on the internet all the damn time, man.
In fact, I actually went back 6 whole months on this guy's post history, redacting all names and faces here, and it was literally only until very, very recently that any of his posts were even mildly dark and depressing. Prior to whatever hell on earth this relationship was, All of his posts were about how much he loved seeing his friends, traveling with his family, how much he loved going out and having a great time, loving life. He even posted wonderful things about trying his best to cater to protecting women as much as he possibly could. By all context clues I found, it really seems as though some demon entered his life and completely ruined him. But that's just my interpretation. Moonweaver and others...
Like, I don't know. And I also don't want to interpret anything because, like I said before, the only things that we see of these people online is whatever they're posting, right? And whatever they're posting is never enough to know what really goes on in their life, what they're thinking, what they're feeling, what they're going through, how they're acting towards each other. We don't know. Like, even with people that vlog, right? They also only show you like what they want you to see, even though that you can see vlogs of them for hours and hours and hours. It's still not enough to really know anything.
Clearly chose the most violent interpretation possible, with some even comparing him to Brian Laundrie.
Oh, was that guy that killed his wife?
Man who murdered Gabby Petito.
Yeah.
Here is Moonweaver again, lending credence to these comparisons. I remember this case. I truly hate the world we live in and how entitled men enable each other to be.
I'm like super confused why he's being compared to that, because this is a completely different story. Like, I've watched the documentaries about it. I don't understand how you come to this conclusion.
They really are unstable. I recognize it miles away in his tone. My baby daddy was like this and definitely cried to his mommy that I put hands on him after he'd been doing everything he possibly could to intimidate me after catching him cheating.
Oh my fucking god. This is something that I always notice with these women that are like, oh my god, all men are like this. It's always women that have a trauma, that have a past trauma with the men that they've dated in their lives. And then they project that on every other guy that they see. Like, of course, what happened to her is really sad and really bad and shouldn't have happened, right? But to then project that on every other guy is just wrong.
Much like this guy's ex, I got fed up and set his ass straight.
Oh, so you also punched in the face.
It's not all men, but it almost always is a man. And it's all starting to come together at this point. A self-tell of the century. I get it now. The reason she is so quick to defend a complete stranger who beats men
is because she did it.
Is because she also beats men. It's always a man,
Jesus
huh?
Christ.
Except when it's you, Moonweaver. Except when it's you. And Moonweaver did have a lot of support, I fear, including this comment from Stormy Leto with all of the confidence of an alpha male podcast bro saying that this man was definitely not hit by an intimate partner.
Why is everyone talking as if they know them? I get so fucking mad about this. Like, it's not only with this, by the way. Like, I just get so frustrated with people online, man. They always talk about celebrities, about influencers, about anyone else, sometimes even about me, as if they know what everyone is like. Well, they only have so little information. You don't have enough information to have this opinion.
Despite admitting that men are hit all the time by women. So close, almost there. Swing and a miss, ma'am. And again, I do not know how she can be so confident in this conclusion because no part of his post history does disprove his claim. As I mentioned,
Delusional.
I went through his post history ad nauseum. This dude went from a happy-go-lucky, laid-back guy to a low self-esteem, depressed husk of his former self. At no point does he contradict his original claim that he was hit by a former partner or change his story. Even in his replies, all he ever does is thank people who do show him support, offer gratitude, while making very crystal clear that no matter what, he would have never hit a woman or hit them back, even while being hit himself. This is just one man's story of having to go private and go into hiding after not being believed and worse, being blamed. But unfortunately, he's far from alone. There are so many precedent cases of men who have entirely lost their lives to this dynamic, and it deserves attention so that we can start changing the stigmas that keep men from being taken seriously. The first case that comes to mind at the very top of my head is the murder of Christian Toby Obumseli at the hands of his girlfriend, Courtney Clenny.
I haven't
might
heard of
remember
this.
this one. It's pretty recent, but Obumseli, much like this man, documented his abuse and tried texting other people frequently that Courtney was becoming more and more
Crazy.
violent. Despite this, despite the
People
fact that
didn't
he
believe
was
him,
stabbed
probably.
to death, despite the surveillance footage that showed Courtney beating on him without him retaliating at all just moments before his death, and despite the fact that Courtney Clenny had absolutely no defensive wounds whatsoever, all she had to do was tell police on the scene that it was self-defense, and she was immediately cleared.
For real? Yeah, it's because he's a guy. Because he's a big guy. They're like, oh yeah, it must be true. Fucking stupid.
She got to continue living her life, going to the beach, partying,
Disgusting.
creating OnlyFans content for 4 whole months before she was finally arrested and charged with second-degree murder. The next case that comes to mind is the case of Jodi Arias, who brutally murdered her
Oh my god, this makes me so upset, man.
ex-boyfriend Travis Alexander in a fit of rage after he dared move on with his life with another woman. This man was stabbed 27 times, shot in the face,
Shot and stabbed 27 times?
had his throat slit, and was alive for most of it. Just like Obumseli, Alexander
I have no words.
feared for his life and tried to warn people that he was terrified of Arias, but no one took him seriously. They interviewed Arias the very next day.
If you look at our society, right? What do men always get told when growing up? They always get told, do not lay a hand on a woman, right? So, if a man is warning people about a woman that's behaving like this towards them, why are they not taking him serious? Because, like, that people understand what I'm saying. But it's like, he's technically not even, quote-unquote, allowed to defend himself, because that's what we've always said to men, do not hurt a woman. So, if he's not allowed to do that, then why are you not helping him to find another solution? Why are you not taking it serious? You know, I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Like, it doesn't make sense. They're not allowed to do that. Then what are they allowed to do when they're in danger?
And she admitted that she was there for his death, despite them being broken up and her having absolutely no reason to be there. But all she had to say was, well, it wasn't me. It was 2 masked intruders. I just happened to escape. And then never tell anybody what happened. So they let her go.
What?
Weeks later, they go, you know what? That story actually didn't make much sense.
After 2 weeks, you guys thought that?
So let's talk to her again. This time, Jodi goes, okay, you got me. It wasn't 2 masked intruders. It was me, but it was an accident. There I was holding a loaded gun like you do.
It was an accident. I accidentally shot him in the head and I stabbed him 27 times and slit his throat. It was an accident. Oopsie whoopsie.
When you go and visit your ex-boyfriend to have a quick chat and then whoopsie daisy, ow, it just went right off into his skull. Crazy, right?
Very crazy. And I was actually also holding a knife because I was like making dinner and then I accidentally stumbled and I fell on him 27 times with the knife in my hand.
When the 27 stab wounds and the slit throat, I just got scared and panicked. But you know how that happens. Just a
panicked.
total accident, right?
Disgusting.
And the police were like, sounds good. And then didn't arrest her again. And people actually say that female privilege doesn't exist.
What?
A whole month later, they finally arrested.
I think I can become a cop if that's how they do their jobs.
And even at trial, even after her several changing, contradicting stories, even though she also never had any defensive wounds, domestic violence groups and individuals still showed up to defend Jodi Arias and claimed that it was actually Travis Alexander who was the bad guy and made her act that way out of reactive self-defense.
I don't get it. Like, it's not even self-defense anymore at this point. Like, how can you defend a gunshot to the head and 27 stabs?
Luckily, after 3 whole days of deliberation, the jury finally understood the evidence enough to charge Jodi Arias with first-degree murder and sentence her
Wow, and she smiles in
to
that
life in
picture.
prison. There are a lot more cases I could reference, but
Absolutely
I think
disgusting.
you're getting the point.
Yes.
I'm not going to deny that men make up for more violent crime than women do, but
yeah.
I definitely think it's ridiculous how often we just do not believe that female perpetrators and male victims can exist at all. It's always females have their own autonomies and their own identities until it comes to taking accountability for their own violent actions. It's always we care about all domestic violence survivors
Until it's a man.
until one of them has a Y chromosome. If
Yes.
you're like me, I'm sure your cortisol levels are way too high. So
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like my heart rate is going so fast because these stories make me so upset.
So let's wrap this up. If there's one thing I want you to take away from this video, it's this. Men don't fail to come forward because nothing bad actually happened to them or because toxic masculinity made their egos too big to talk about it or because they actually did something wrong and have something to hide. They're not coming forward because they already know what happens next. They already know that the first question they're going to be asked isn't, "Are you okay?" It's going to be, "What did you do?" It's just
Yep.
the male version of, "Well, what were you wearing?" And neither
That's
of
just as horrible, man.
those are even remotely appropriate responses to someone telling you they've just been harmed. That's a reflex that doesn't protect victims at all. It
Nope.
protects
Nope.
abusers. And if
Yes.
you've ever been guilty of this, it's time to dig deep and maybe
Honestly, there was like one time, like no worries, it was like years ago, but I had this friend and something had happened to me and I told her. And the reply that I got basically was her saying that she didn't believe me. When she said that, I immediately cut her out because I don't need people like that in my life, that when I open up about something, that's their reaction to it. Like I still remember how I felt in that moment because that person was my best friend. So out of all people that I would not have expected the answer from, it was her. So yeah, I cannot fathom how you would feel then as a guy if you have been harmed and you're trying to get help and you get that kind of response. If I already felt like that and it wasn't even like that big of an issue as what is being said in this video.
unwork some of that reflex. And if you ever see someone being guilty of this, it's time to call them out. Because if harm only matters when the right person is hurt, then this has nothing to do with justice. It's all about optics. You don't have to like someone to acknowledge that they didn't deserve violence. You don't have to approve of someone's post history to oppose assault. If we actually claim to care about ending domestic violence and ending intimate partner violence, then it can't be conditional on gender or likability. It can't be a popularity contest. Because until this changes, a lot of men are going to keep doing exactly what this guy did. Disappearing quietly, licking their wounds alone, and deciding that silence is safer than honesty. And that should make us all very afraid. Thank you so much for watching this all the way until the very end. This is one of the more important videos I think I've ever made, so it would mean a lot to me, and I think a lot of people watching, if you would just like the video so that this can get out there into the algorithm more, and help boost that algorithm by leaving your comments down below. And if you don't know what to comment, just say stand with male survivors because all of the engagement helps a ton. And if you did appreciate this video and you want to see more from me, definitely hit subscribe to my channel down below. All right, I think we could all stand to go take a walk
Yeah,
and shake this one
definitely.
off a bit. But
Whoa.
seriously, I hope this sticks with you. And like I said, I hope that you are less afraid to start calling this bullshit out because it's what the people need to hear. And thank you once again to Anson Belt and Buckle for helping sponsor this video, which helps the production of videos like these and get the message out there. That's enough for this one. I will see you guys in the next video.
Bye-bye! Hi! If you like the video, please make sure that you like it and subscribe to my channel and turn on notification bell if you want to see more of it. I also go live on Twitch and on this YouTube channel, so come join us sometimes. Bye!